everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new around here. Hi, I'm Steph, your new BFF, which means your beauty, fashion and fitness ghoulie. Get what I did there? Here on the internet. Now the countdown to Halloween, to the pinnacle of spooky season is on. It's on Friday. It's now Monday. I know you're probably panicking because if you're watching this, it means you're either last minute trying to find a costume or a makeup newbie who's trying to build their makeup kit. Because today I'm showing you 10 things that I feel, in my personal humble opinion, you need in your makeup kit if you want to be able to create endless Halloween looks effortlessly. Whether you're going full glam for Glamoween, spooky, or somewhere in between, you definitely don't want to miss out on this one. If things like this are your vibe, then you should probably subscribe because I'm here for you every week. Yes, I know, I've changed things up. I've decided that on a Monday is when I'm going to post my makeup content. Makeup Monday. You get what I'm doing there. We love all things beauty, lifestyle, and a little bit of chaos around here, so come and join the family. So the things on this list are in no particular order whatsoever. This isn't like a top 10 products. This is just 10 things that I think you should have in your makeup collection when it comes to Halloween makeup. First on the list is contact lenses. These come in multiple different sizes. You've got like the standard standard contact lenses that just cover like the cornea, which is like the colored part of your eye. You then have like corneal sclera lenses, which are slightly bigger, so they kind of cover just around the edge of your cornea. Then you've got like mini sclera lenses, which are a little bit bigger, but there's like a tiny bit of like white at the sides. And then you have full sclera lenses. Now if you're new to contact lenses, I'd suggest just going with like standard ones, and these are the ones that I have. I cannot for the life of me think about putting anything that is bigger than a standard contact lens in my eye because I already struggle getting them in as it is because of these. But I definitely do enjoy a contact lens when it comes to Halloween makeup. It's the quickest way possible to take a look from fun to freaky. I'd say if you are on the market for some contact lenses, you want to try them out. For Halloween especially, I'd suggest a white pair, a red pair, and then maybe like a yellow pair, like a spooky kind of pair, if you get what I mean. I get all my lenses from Funky Lens, so I will leave some suggestions down below in the description box of just some of the ones that I think are really cool for this time of year. If you are going to get them elsewhere though, please just make sure that you're getting them from a reputable retailer. No random like seedy Halloween shop ones, okay besties, because we don't want to be losing an eyeball. Next on the list is big mama lashes. Yeah, again, just like the contact lenses, these are a surefire way to take a look to the next level, especially if you're doing like really fun looks, like something really glam like this, or like clown makeup, doll makeup. These are just some of my favorites. These are ones that I got off TikTok shop, if I'm not mistaken. It was just a set of like cat eye wispy lashes, and if I do say so myself, I think they look pretty good. But then my all-time favorite ones come from Poundlashes, obviously. We love to be bougie on a budget around here, and as the name suggests, Poundlashes. Although they are a little bit more than £1, but definitely a lot cheaper than some of the bigger brands out there. Now this one's for my glam ghouls out there. Rhinestones and gems can help to definitely take any look from being a bit meh to mesmerizing. I used some recently for a tape makeup look that I did that was very Halloween inspired. It was like green, so I used these here. If you're thinking like glittery rhinestone cobweb liner, if you're thinking like a half skull sort of look, I've seen people use the gems for that. Rhinestone blood drips or crystal clown tears, whatever you're feeling like, but you definitely need some gems. I just get all mine off Amazon. I think these are from the brand Beadsland, and these were just a random one that I found. Next one is an absolute must, and that is cream makeup. This in particular is the Made by Mitchell color case in the electrics. I do have the essentials one as well, which is all of the kind of skin tone type shades, and it's got like a black and a white in there that you can use for all sorts of things. Contour, eyebrow pomade, eyeliner. You can use it in your waterline. They dry down matte, they dry down waterproof. They're brilliant. So if you're looking to do some sort of like graphic design on your face, like if you want to do the back wing liner with this, if you wanted to draw like a half skull on your face with this, or even if you want to paint your entire face and your body a colour, this got your back, trust. Some of the other ones that I really have been enjoying are the P Louise paints, and the good thing with these at the moment is that they are being discontinued. I know, sad. However, they are on sale for £4 each at the moment, whereas they're usually £14. So if you're a psychopath like me, go and grab a load of them, because honestly, these incredible. Again, the tape makeup look that I did the other day that was green, I used these two here, which is Must Be the Money and Sweet and Sour. So good. And considering I'm getting ready for Wicked season, because I'm gonna go and see Wicked for good, you did an alphabet look, these will come in handy. And then the pinks for Glinda, just saying. If you wanted something a bit more complete, then I'd suggest the Maybell Mitchell color case, because as you can tell, she's very well loved. But if you're wanting to paint your entire face, like I said, your body, if you wanted to do some like really cool sort of graphic, creative makeup, these definitely come in handy. Next one's for my gory ghouls. Fake blood or some kind of deep red gloss. Now here I have the Mehron Coagulated blood gel. I also have their stage blood as well, but I can't seem to locate it at the moment. I don't know where she's gone. And then this right here is probably one of my all-time favorite Fenty Glossbombs. It's in the shade Cherry Amour. Now annoyingly, this is limited edition. I'm not sure whether you can still buy it. If you can, I will try and link it down below, just like everything else. But something like this for Halloween, if you wanted to do like blood drips, if you're wanting to create wounds, that kind of thing, you don't really need to go all out with the SFX makeup. If you're not too comfortable or confident with it, you can use a good old dark red or even a bright red lip gloss. We don't need to be going out breaking the bank trying to get this kit together, you know what I mean? So if you've already got something like this, use this. If you really want to give this a go, because it obviously is meant to represent fake blood, so it will look a bit more realistic, then go for this. Word of warning with this thing, she is thick. She may or may not also stain. Get yourself a good cleansing balm and you'll be fine. Next one, just like the gems, sometimes we want to elevate our look a little bit. And if you're gonna go in with like the graphic looks, or you're gonna cover your entire body in cream paints, you're gonna want some kind of liner to kind of amp things up. Now this you can use for like wing liner, sometimes literal wings, but you can also use it for like accents and things like that. Outlining wounds, drawing butterfly patterns, drawing your skull shapes on your face, whatever you need to use it for. If you need to line something, you're gonna need some liner. These are just some of the ones that I have in my collection that I would recommend using. Obviously we have the NYX Epic Ink Liner, which is the black liner I've used for this today. I use this all the time. It's such a good black liner. It goes on super black, it's really smooth. The brush tip is actually a brush and not a felt tip. It's not waterproof though, which is a bit irritating. If you are looking for something waterproof, then these e.l.f. liners, like the liquid liners, it is a felt tip, so that's a bit yeah, but these go on like a dream. This is the white one, and I do have it in like a dark brown. I think it was called espresso, but the white is really good for like accenting things. So if you're doing those like 3D spiders that everybody keeps doing on their eyes that look super cool by the way, or you're wanting to do like 3D spider webs or anything like that, you can draw like the little highlights and things on with this. Even use this as a white liner if you want to. If you're feeling a little bit more risque, and I have yet to use this because I'm a little bit scared, but you can use some water activated paints, liners, whatever you want to call these. But these are really good for like doing detail on looks and things like that. And there's a really good color range in this. Gloss and Cosmetics tend to have sales like all the time it seems, so I did get a pretty hefty discount on this. So if you're looking for water liners or brushes that you can use for this kind of stuff, brushes that you can use for the cream paints, head to their website because there's always something going on, and their products so far, can't complain. This one's for my babes who really want to get stuck in with the Halloween makeup, no pun intended. Glue stick. Trust me on this one. If you're covering your brows, especially if you're doing like a clown makeup or a broken doll or somebody who has like much thinner eyebrows than you, let's say Cruella de Vil or Tiffany Ray, the Bride of Chucky, you're gonna want to glue them down using like a brow pomade or like a brow balm to like stick them down. It's not gonna work. It really is not gonna work. This is what drag queens are using to glue down their brows. So if the drag queens are doing it and it's good enough for them, it is good enough for us. Next one, if you're wanting those clean, crisp edges and cut creases that just scream professional, you're gonna need some kind of tape or some kind of like cut crease bar. Now, if you're on a budget, you can of course use micellar water and a cotton bud, Q-tip, depending where you're from, or a makeup wipe with like a spatula underneath. But if you are using the color cases or the P Louise cosmetic paints, you're gonna want something that's a little bit oily. So I'd suggest maybe some kind of oil-based eye makeup remover, or even a little tiny bit of cleansing balm, just to help break that down, because they are a waterproof product. They're not gonna just come off with micellar water if they've completely dried. So do keep that in mind. But I much prefer using the cut carver and the cosmetic tape. This I tend to use for like when I'm cutting the crease and stuff, if I want to create shapes in my eyeshadow as I'm going. This one's really good if you wanted to kind of wing out your eyeshadow, because it's not too sticky. You can even use this like over makeup. So if you've done your base makeup already, this isn't really going to take it off at all, because it's not that sticky. It will stick to your skin enough for you to be able to do the makeup, but then when you tear it off, it's easy and it doesn't pull anything else with it. It literally just leaves a crisp ass line on your face. Next one we definitely can't forget, and that is some kind of rainbow eyeshadow palette. Halloween to me screams color, all kinds of color. This right here is going to be a color playground, and you want to make sure you've got every color under the sun. So we're talking a rainbow like spectrum of colors, including a white, black, a gray, and maybe some brown tones, just so you can do some shading, that kind of thing. And having one good palette can replace the need to buy a ton of other ones. Obviously, if you're anything like me, you're gonna try and own every single palette under the sun. If you're not looking to buy every single palette, then I'd suggest one of these two here. These are the Beauty Bay Brights palettes. This is the normal Brights palette, and this is the Bright Matte palette. In this one, you've got a rainbow of shades, like I said. You've got the full color spectrum, and then along the top here, you've got like your white all the way to black. You've got grays and browns in there. So you've kind of got every tone that you would need in order to create some kind of look. You can use these as, you know, brightly colored eyeshadows, depending on what look you're sort of doing. You can use them to, although you don't need to, you can use them to set the cosmetic paints like over the top if you wanted to do some shading after you've colored your face in, things like that. Controversial, but you could also use them as blusher. Maybe not these kinds of shades unless you're doing a colored look, but the pinks and the reds in here do make for really good blushes, just saying. And the good thing with this one is that you've got a mix of textures, so you've got shimmers and mattes in here. So if you don't just want like a full matte palette, then you've got a bit of a choice in here. This one, exactly the same color story as the other one. It is just all matte eyeshadows, which for me is absolutely brilliant. All the shades that you could possibly need in here, and you can mix them together to create new ones if you wish. And last but not least, some shimmer shadows and glitter, because spooky can still sparkle, right? You can add shimmer to your inner corner, you can use it as glitter tears, use it as highlight, you can even cover your entire body in it. Say you want it to be some sort of funky purple shimmery alien. It's possible with this kind of stuff. Undead, but make it fashion. You get what I'm saying. These are just a few of the ones that I have in my collection. So we've got the Beauty Bay Mini Charms palette, which is a mini 9-pan palette of kind of duochrome shimmers. Most of these have like a pink shift, so if that isn't something that you're looking for, maybe steer away from this, but I think is an absolutely stunning palette. And you've got more of like a cream formula or liquid formula in the Made by Mitchell blush in the shade Drip Drip, which is like a beautiful silver glitter. This kind of like dusted over the eye, or if, let's say you're going like full on vampire from Twilight and you want shimmery skin, you do your base. You put a big glob of this on the back of your hand. You then swirl like a really like light brush, not something super dense, like something fluffy, and then you dust it all over your face. And then last but not least, we have a palette of all of the Take Two Cosmetics glitter bombs that I have. I personally love their iridescence. As you can tell, I've got quite a few of them, like these ones that look like they're white here. They're super pigmented, really, really creamy, and you don't need to tap your finger in them that much to get any sort of colour payoff. I think these are some of my favourites. So I've got Cinderstruck on my middle finger, and this one here, I'm pretty sure is called Nebula. And then Galaxy, which is just a gorgeous like purpley blue. Just watch. Like, look at those. I don't think the camera's going to do it justice because the lights are a bit bright. Let me see if I can, if I turn that off, can you see that? Look at that. And a little definitely goes a long way with those. You can use them anywhere. I just think they're super pretty. And this red one here, Crime Scene, she is beautiful. This one's more of like a, almost like a shimmer shadow versus like a balmy texture, but it is a gorgeous metallic red, which is perfect if you're doing like a glam sort of bloody look. Imagine like blood drips like down your mouth or like from your eye, like bloody tears, and then you go over it with that and then some red rhinestones. And there you go, 10 products that'll basically help you create any Halloween look that you could dream up without having to put too much effort in. Because I know, you know, costume, we've got to think about that, obviously. But in terms of your makeup, you can make that the main part of your costume, and it really doesn't have to be hard. So whether you're a beginner or you've been at this a while like myself, you don't need a huge kit. Really, you just need the right staples in your kit. And for me personally, these 10 things, not these products specifically, although if you do want them, I will list them down below so you can go and have a look. But if you can find something that fits your vibe, your budget, your aesthetic, that fits into these categories, then go for it. Let me know in the comments what your Halloween makeup essentials are, and maybe I might check them out. That kind of does it for now. So as usual, thank you so much for watching. You honestly have no idea how much I appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed watching it as much as I've enjoyed filming it, but also that you found it educational, inspirational, and entertaining, because that is kind of the point around here. If you liked the video, don't forget to thumbs up and hit subscribe so you don't miss out on any more of my videos. But on that note, I am going to love you, leave you, and see you in the next one. Bye!